Bharat, our beloved motherland, is a cradle of the most ancient civilization of the world. Thanks to the dedication of the sages, saints and spiritual leaders, a glorious national life was established in this country. Once known for its material affluence as well as cultural refinement. What the country needs today is an army of intellectual soldiers filled with pride in their past, pulsating with intense love for the country and its people, alive to the challenges of the present, possessing an inspiring vision of the future and brimming with supreme confidence in themselves. Hence, Think India, a convention for professional college students from South India. 11th to 13th January 2007 at Art of Living Centre, Kanakpura Road, Bengaluru. The objectives of Think India Convention are to understand the present-day national issues, emerging trends and problems as well, responding to new developments with a nationalistic perspective, to make the campuses vibrant centers of intellectual leadership. Seven pre-convention workshops were conducted in different places in the run-up to the convention. Students from premier institutions like IISc, IIMB, IIITB, NITK, MAHE, NIAS, National Law School, VTU, etc. participated in these workshops and pledged their support and participation in Think India Convention. Along with these workshops, student leaders' meets were organized in various places to ensure the success of the convention. Picturesque location of the Art of Living Centre, Kanakpura Road, Bengaluru. Delegates registering at the venue. Guests arriving at the venue. The much-awaited Think India Convention was inaugurated by Sri Sri Ravi Shankar of Art of Living.
We are 1.2 billion people. Our people have not gone to aggression on any country. In these so many years, not a single Indian born person have got Peace Prize in the world. In America, when you are nationalist in your spirit, it is recognized, it is said, oh, you are very good. But if the same thing here, then why you are looked down upon? If you are nationalistic, you seem to be narrow-minded. This image of ours that we are small-minded is being false creation. It's not a reality. You can't say, let the society grow, then I will grow. It's impossible. So in these few days, you are all here, young minds, interact with each other, disagree with each other. By disagreeing with each other, some new ideas come up.
Many luminous stars shared the dais with Sri Sri Ravi Shankar and expressed their views with the participants.
विद्यार्थी परिषद देश का एक बहुत बड़ा व्यापक एक संगठन है। उसके साथ आज हजारों thousands of students have joined this movement, this nationalist movement. So I welcome all of you to this movement.
Can you avoid it? Can you avoid globalization? If not, what is for the progress of our country, what is that we have to do it? Think and progress.
There is a divide between the haves and the have-nots. We are progressing in one area, but at the same time, other part of the society is still lagging behind.
And the job is very pleasant because I will be thanking the dignitaries on your behalf.
An introductory session conducted by Dr. M.K. Sridhar in the presence of Sri N.R. Kumar was an eye-opener to the participants. All participants were taken on a virtual trip of the convention and were given an insight of the convention.
Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad has organized this Think India convention with a view to reach out to the professional students of South India. But the trend all over the world now is think towards India.
We have reached quintessential perfection there because nobody needs bend, nobody needs wake up, nobody needs clean, nothing needs to be done.
An analysis was made of the present-day Indian scenario and the issues concerned with India's economic, social and scientific development. It was an attempt by eminent personalities to peep into the potentials of modern and prosperous Bharat. Keynote address was delivered by Sri Dattatreya Hosebale, Sahabaudik Pramukh of RSS.
India today presents a confused future. It's not possible to buy history. It is not possible to buy civilizational experience. They can buy through call centers your present intelligence, your present memory, but they cannot buy your civilization. Whether it is the MNCs sitting in America going to write the destinies of India tomorrow, or it is the people who have the 5,000 years of civilizational experience, who are coming from different parts of India, who are going to decide the destiny of India tomorrow. It's for us to decide.
We were already capable of 6 to 8% growth. It was only very inefficient management, poor government policies, high transaction cost, and various constraints which kept the growth down.
Leaders need not be born or made. Leaders are the ones who decide to lead.
Don't apologize to yourself and don't apologize to the world. We want a Hindu India. I'm not looking for bureaucrats. I'm looking for somebody who's running an NGO. So if you want a future, find yourself an NGO.
Panelists at the discussion took the participants into the new depth of the issues and made them dream of developed India.
Which developed country should be our model?
it America? Is it Japan? Is it China? Is it any of the Western European countries? Do we want to develop our country along the same lines? Or do we want our country to have a different kind of a development model? If that is so, what is the kind of that model? What are the features and characteristics of that model?
A man who is very open, very understanding, he came up in life. 28 crores of people go to bed each day in my country hungry. 28 crores, 28%.
This is a country that at any cost has ensured that this word in truth and in reality remains sacred and inviolable. I'm aspiring to speak frankly not about India but about Bharat. The real identity of India has been spiritual.
Do you believe in Vayapazham, Balehannu or banana? It's only a matter of language. The light is only one. So is it whether you call it Shiva or Allah or God, it's the same thing.
Hearts were kept wide open during the interactive session with Sri Sri Ravi Shankar by the participants. It was a pot of fortune which many of them acquired.
So when body and mind are strong, the Atma, the self, is anyway strong.
Guruji, what made you to come on this way?
You will take care of us and you will guide us in every walks of our life. How far it is true?
Guruji, my question is, what the dharma and karma exactly is?
Dharma is your nature, karma is your duty. Okay?
You have asked questions in the bottom of your heart, and many people got satisfied with the replies.
Timeline revisited. Sri Shraddhalu Ranade spoke about Sri Aurobindo, and Professor Sripati Shastri outlined Sri Guruji Golwalkar's life. Dr. Guru Raj Karajagi analyzed the life and thoughts of Swami Vivekananda.
And he is one magnificent person. We should not only listen to what he said, we should also follow what he did. I always tell you, like you, anywhere I go, if Swami Vivekananda cannot inspire you, nobody can inspire you. A revolutionary Subhash Chandra Bose says, you can't imagine the personality of Swami Vivekananda.
From the Makara Sankrant platform, Guruji said, there may be some differences amongst them. Kauravas are 100, Pandavas are 5. But when a foreign enemy comes, we are 105.
And when he worked for India's freedom, it is not a very well known fact that he was the first leader to declare that Purna Swaraj is our goal. And through a rapid series of experiences, he realized within a few years some of the four most profound spiritual realizations. And most important, his work expanded to freeing humanity.
Professor N.V.C. Swami focused on Bhagavad Gita, and Shatavadani Dr. R. Ganesh proved Shiva, Rama, Krishna as symbols of universal values, and Sri Ravi Kumar listed out India's greatest achievements.
But how do you understand the Gita? Lots of young people have expressed the difficulty to me. The Bhagavad Gita is my mother, said Mahatma Gandhi.
Shiva, Rama and Krishna as symbols of universal values. Symbols have multi-dimensions of interpretation, and all interpretations will hold good only when the person who is interpreting is gaining something positive out of it.
Einstein was asked 3 questions. What, according to you, is the greatest discovery of human race? You know what was his answer? He says, we owe a lot to the Indians who gave us the number system.
Let your tribe increase. No glamour, not a celebrity, but just committed to their faith and deeds.
In our childhood, we have our parents as our role models, our teachers as our role models. And the way we grow, we also change our role models, and it is quite natural. They are not glamour boys. Perhaps you might have heard their names for the first time. Who do away with any kind of a dichotomy between what they preach and what they practice. Perhaps are the real role models.
यदि भारत को ऊंचा उठाना है, विश्व में बड़ा करना है, तो इसके ऊपर कपड़ा आना चाहिए, उस माँ के ऊपर कपड़ा आना चाहिए, उस माँ को सम्मान मिलना चाहिए, भटके विमुक्त विकास परिषद द्वारा.
To me, Bharat is where I come from. I come from the forest of Mysore. I come from an India which can't be called India, the benchmarks of today. But I'm proud that one PSLV launch with our indigenous cryogenic rocket can send 4 satellites into the space. And actually, some budding scientists in you still not found solutions. Why only 8% of India has got toilets even today?
Culturally, there is a belief in karma. Culturally, there is a belief in destiny. Of them is strategy, not by a prefixed destination, but strategy by destiny.
If you feel that we have gained some 3 days of our lives here, then Think India Convention has achieved something. It is for you to decide whether you have spent or you have gained. Some people always complain that there is darkness, that there are problems, that there are hurdles. So they always complain about darkness. There are some people who do not complain but bring light. But there are very few people on this earth who become light themselves.
I request you all to take your knowledge that you have today back to your homes and keep it in your heart. Keep it away from greed. Try to live within your means. I assure you, in the days to come, when you become the people in governance, when you become the people in science, things will be entirely different.
Keep this in your mind, how you can bring rural India into flourishing economy. This identification with a product, with a particular place would go a long way. Go back and multiply yourself. If in the coming year, even if you bring to your thinking at least 5 people and strengthen this organization or strengthen this Think India movement,
Participants discuss out the modalities of taking the torch ahead from Think India Convention. A 7-point Think India Bengaluru declaration was agreed upon, thus pledging to practice them. The 7 points being: 1. Think, design and develop sustainable development strategies for underdeveloped and rural Bharat. think and act to meet the environmental, cultural and security needs of Bharat and the world. Motivate and support the initiatives of organizations and individuals to inculcate India-centric action, propagation and implementation of thoughts and designs. Initiate and sustain India-centric thoughts and activities in a campus and among intelligentsia. Denounce in thought and action all forms of terrorism, illegitimate interference in religious and cultural matters, and any forces and design working against our national interest. Actively oppose any sectarian and narrow-minded activities of viviparous tendencies and engage ourselves to promote social harmony and national integration in every possible way. And finally, support and uphold the concept of gender justice and promote family values, the unique contribution of Bharat to the world civilization. As a part of the convention were many other rare activities and programs. A special exhibition was declared open by Swami Mitrananda of Chinmaya Mission, Chennai. Swami Mitrananda and his thoughts.
Economically to be one of the top countries in the world. To make that happen, we need to think India. Most of us think West. We may have an Indian body. Thinking pattern is westernized. Understanding one's own self. Not living superficially as the body, but to understand the soul. Brahma Vidya. The time is very, very right to think India. What is India's strength?
Participants returned to their places not just with a heavy heart, but as an enlightened personality, as an intellectual soldier, an action plan in their hands, a vision in their minds, and a dream in their hearts. our request, visit www.thinkindia.in frequently. Subscribe and contribute to Think India e-newsletter regularly. Start Think India Forum in the area of your influence to implement Think India Bengaluru Declaration effectively.